Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to another edition of Flick News, the show here on FlickDirect where I give you guys the latest that happened in entertainment news throughout the week, and then I give you all my personal take on the matter at hand. I'm your host, Austin Putnam, and while there were a few things that happened, quite a few things happened this week, there were a few big bomb drops that happened this week, and starting off with a big bomb drop, the biggest bomb drop of them all that happened this week. Let's start off this news right away by talking about Deadpool 3. Yes, you guys knew I had to talk about this one. I love the first Deadpool film, really dug the second film. In fact, I actually liked it more upon rewatch, and I've been wondering what they're going to do for Deadpool 3. Well, guys, it turns out they have something huge, and that is that Hugh Jackman as Wolverine is coming back for Deadpool 3. That is right, guys. After Logan, which by the way, Logan I thought was a phenomenal film, Hugh Jackman has decided to come back, I think for one more final time as Wolverine. I'm more excited, but at the same time, I am very cautious about this thing because, like I mentioned to you guys earlier, Logan was the perfect send-off for Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. There had to have been something to have gotten Hugh Jackman to come back as Wolverine one last time. My guess is that after Deadpool 3 is that Hugh Jackman will let the claws go to rest and that the MCU can cast a different Wolverine. But he must have saw something in that script that said, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this one last time. And I'm going to say is this, Hugh, thank you so much for giving hopefully a great role and the MCU in Deadpool 3. We'll see what happens, but hey, you know what? I just want a good movie, and like I said before, if Hugh Jackman found a reason to come back that's just not just asking for the paycheck, give me this movie, I am down. Remember how I mentioned a while back that was announced that there would be a brand new, I think a trilogy or a new franchise surrounding the Planet of the Apes films after War for the Planet of the Apes, which, by the way, I love that trilogy so much. I love Rise, I love Dawn, and I adore War for the Planet of the Apes. So it was announced a couple of months ago, or I think last year, maybe a year or so ago, that Wes Ball, the director of the Maze Runner films, will be making Planet of the Apes. And we now have a title for the new Planet of the Apes film, and it is Kingdom, I believe, of the Planet of the Apes. Now, I will say this much. Cool title. I'll give it that much. But at the same time, I don't know how I feel about this one because, now sure, after War for the Planet of the Apes, there is a clear direction of where the Apes films can go to, but at the same time, this is nothing against Wes Ball because the Maze Runner films I thought were just okay minus Death Cure, which I thought was moderately entertaining, not great, but moderately entertaining. I know we're going to take the films after War for the Planet of the Apes, but I'm curious if this is a sequel to that or this is a brand new thing. I have no idea. I'm hoping it's good. I love the Planet of the Apes films, but we'll just have to see how it plays out. I'm hoping for good things. So I hate to do this, guys, but going on to the last news story of this week, it's a bit of a bummer, and I mean a big bummer. One of the more anticipated MCU films from, I think, a lot of fans, including myself, is Blade. I love that character. I love the first two Blade films. Trinity, though, not so much. When I heard that they're going to be having Mahershala Ali playing as Blade, great choice. The perfect choice for Blade after Wesley Snipes, to which, hey, Wesley Snipes was perfect. He is Blade. However, I do think that Mahershala Ali is a terrific choice for Blade, and I can't wait to see what goes on. The script had been written, they got a director, and apparently, guys, the project was just weeks away from filming, just weeks. MCU's Blade film has lost its director, and even more so, they're going to be rewriting the film from scratch. It makes me a little bit cautious of what they're doing with this film, and from what I've heard, the new person writing the film had actually written Moon Knight or a couple of episodes, or had co-written an episode, which, by the way, Moon Knight, great show on Disney Plus, by the way. If you haven't seen Moon Knight, I highly recommend it. It is so darn good. I just wish it was longer. I've been hearing that Mahershala Ali has been frustrated throughout the entire process. I've been hearing that there is maybe only one action scene, but just to clarify, these are only rumors, so just take that with a grain of salt with what I just said. Am I worried about this film? Yes, like I mentioned earlier, but at the same time, it has got to be for a reason, and I'd rather have Marvel take their time with this movie and delay for another year just to make sure they have a great Blade movie. And that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. Please comment and let us know below, how do you guys feel starting starting off with Hugh Jackman coming back as Wolverine for Deadpool 3. Also, when it comes to the new Planet of the Apes film, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, how do you all feel? And finally, when it comes to the news and the production of Blade, do you think that this decision or the director leaving was probably for the better, knowing that Marvel could have more time on this film? Let us know below. I hope you all enjoyed this week's show. If so, please hit that like button, also share, and don't forget the subscribe button and the notification bell for our latest new show goes live. If you guys want to see our previous 2 new shows, please click with it right there or right there. And of course, until our next week's new show, we'll see you guys next week. Have a great week, guys. Hit like, smash subscribe, and get notified for when our reviews, interviews, and news go live.